Okay. We are live. Nice. If anyone is here immediately, please tell me that things are functional. Because I'm not the most knowledgeable with all of this. Try to adjust the camera angle. Mic in view. Be like this way. Things are functional. Nice. Love that things are functional. Rare. So rare. All right, the next thing I gotta figure out, how do I get the chat in this? I know there's a way. I gotta look it up real quick. I know there's a way to do it to get the YouTube chat in there. Go to YouTube. Will we let people get in here? But how's everyone doing today? How are we doing? If I sound like a little nasally, I'm getting over a cold. I'm like pretty much over it, but like sometimes your nose just stays stuffy a little longer, you know? So just dealing with that. That was fun. I planned to do this stream last Thursday, and then was it last Thursday? I think it was last Thursday. I crashed Wednesday. Like Wednesday night hit, I just crashed. I was like, what is going on? And I think the worst part of that was in OBS, looking it up how to do the chat. About to blast audio. How's it going, everyone? There you go. Kyle. Hello. But yeah, last Wednesday I crashed. Absolutely crashed. And I think the worst part about that, yeah, I like cars. I think the worst part about crashing was that I had to give, so in my research group, I had to give my first presentation for the group, a 20-minute talk on Friday. And Wednesday night was the night I was planning on starting to work on it. So it was so horribly painful trying to make a presentation with a fever. Making a 20-minute talk while you have a fever. Top 10 worst things I've done. Top 10. Sucked. So bad. So I genuinely don't recommend to people that you try to do that. It's not a good thing. It sucks a lot. But yeah, I do like cars. Can't say I don't not like cars. Alright, how do we get this chat in here? I got a YouTube video up on the side here. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty ass. Alright, this dude's gonna show me. I know he's gonna show me a 2-minute video. What was the topic of your talk? I wanted to talk about how do I'm gonna speak to you here, but I'm looking here at the video and how to put chat on the stream. So basically what happened was, wait, where even is he? He's on the live stream in here. Okay, you know what? We're doing one thing at a time here. And then I will talk to you about what I talked about. Is it in customization? Can I go here? Yes. I found it. I remember. Okay, I pop out chat. I remember. Pop out chat, and that grabs a link. And then you grab the link. And then you go here. And how do I edit this? Properties? Yes, and then there's the URL. I paste the new URL. Nice. Nice. Let me do that. Let me turn it on. Hey, we can see chat. Right? Is that working for people? Can we... People don't want to confirm to me that they can at least see that. Why don't we do this? I can crop that too, can't I? How do I like crop the window? Is that possible? Test. Yeah, I see your test. I see the test. Confirmed. Yeah, okay. I'd love to make that cleaner. Glad it's dark mode. I think last time I was light mode. I hated that. It's at least a little better. Wish I could just crop that off the bottom though, so it's just the chat part. But unfortunately, I don't know how to crop. Let me answer a question. Oh, I gotta talk about. I don't think I set a delay, but I bet there's just one because I'm also. Also, I want to point out, internet in my place is bad, real bad. So, and I am not a professional streamer. So if my internet dies, if suddenly I just go like, just spam the chat and just be like, your internet died. So I just stop for a second and I let it catch back up. That's all. I just want to make sure. Okay. Okay. Nice. Nice. I think we're not going to worry about cropping. You call me live. Yeah, well, yeah, it doesn't... Hopefully it will happen more in the summer. I keep meaning to say I'm going to talk about what I talk. I gave a talk, a 20-minute talk on Friday. I keep meaning to say that. I'm going to say what that is. But I keep also getting distracted. That I want to crop this window. I really want to crop this window. I'll go back to 800. All right. What if I just worry about that in a bit? Let's just do stuff. So, yeah, I gave a 20-minute talk on Friday. I did. 20-minute talk. And I had a fever when I gave that talk. Not when I gave the talk, but like every day leading up to it. So making a talk with a 20-minute fever was so bad. That absolutely sucked to have to make that presentation when I wasn't feeling well whatsoever. My talk specifically, it was, I don't know if I can show some of the stuff in the slides because it's like it's stuff that we're trying to publish soon. So I'm just gonna like go on that I probably shouldn't show that kind of stuff. But essentially, what I give the talk on is my research works with this, it's called LHR, or laser heterodyne radiometry. And what we do is we take this telescope, we point it up at the sun, and this telescope tracks the sun throughout the entire day, and it collects light from the sun. It collects the thermal light that the sun gives off. And what we do with that light is we do a bunch of optics processing on that to get to a point where we convert it down to a signal instead of the optical domain, which is like terahertz. We then get it down to the RF domain, which is sitting in like the hundreds of megahertz or gigahertz even. And we use those signals, and we're looking for absorption lines, like we're looking for like solar lines in the atmosphere. So lines in the atmosphere that interact with our atmosphere. And these lines are very, very beneficial for astronomers. If you can get a really, really precise measurement of what these solar lines are, then you can know essentially, or probably the better way to say it is you can make better models for how to model solar activity on stars in general. And then what you can do with that is you can pair that, better models mean that you can pair that with this method called the radial velocity method for identifying exoplanets. And we can use the radial velocity method with the transient method, which is like you have a sun here and a planet goes in front of it, and you look at the shadow, like the planet on there. With the combination of those two methods, you can determine things like densities of distant of exoplanets, and that can really help identify Earth 2.0. So I'm trying to design a system to help I find Earth 2.0. And this presentation specifically was on, we wanted, the system is, there's signals in the system, so the signals is like the solar line, but then there's also noise. Like there's just, your system isn't perfect when you make a real system. So the equation, there's an equation that models the SNR, the signal to noise ratio. How much signal do you have versus how much noise do you have? And you literally just take the ratio of those two. And if it's greater than 1, then you have a signal. If it's not, then there's going to be more noise than signal, and you're not going to know if you have a signal. And the presentation was on, can I show all the different ways that we can control the SNR? We want to push it as high as possible, because right now this system is pointing at our sun. We're looking at our sun with a telescope that tracks it all day. But in the future, we want to be able to push the SNR enough such that we can take this same kind of system and put it in a different form factor, and then be able to point it at distant stars outside of our solar system, and then use that to be able to identify solar lines on that, and then hopefully be able to find cool exoplanets. So the presentation was on explaining how each variable in this SNR equation affects our SNR measurement, giving an intuitive understanding of that. But let's see if I missed some questions. Or I'm gonna try not to just like go all the way top down. So like if I miss your question, just like send it again. Because I think last time it's hard to keep up with like the live chat, but then be so far back up. But let me grab a couple. I'm working on a project involving EMG sensors and following a schematic planning online. I plan to use an INA. Is this a vial? I'm not gonna lie, dude. I don't know every part number that exists off the top of my head. I have no clue. Maybe I can use, I don't know if that is a viable placement. I really don't. So if I scroll this, you see it? No, you don't. Okay. Noted. Yeah, I really wish I could use Streamlabs OBS, but I just have like basic OBS because my camera is just my iPhone camera, and I use DroidCam, the plugin with OBS. If anyone knows what that is, then you know what I'm talking about. And unfortunately, Streamlabs OBS doesn't have a plugin for it, but just regular OBS does. But as you can see, the camera quality is like pretty good. I'd love to get a new camera soon, but probably gonna require making slightly more consistent income with this, so I have more money to put into it. But we'll figure it out. But how's I see there's got like 30-ish people in here now. How is everyone doing? How is everybody doing? Love your video support from Lancaster Uni UK. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I see your message too, Sanad. I see that. What do my study sessions usually look like? A lot of wanting to do work and work not getting done. I mean, who doesn't? I feel like it'd be unrealistic to be like, oh yeah, now that I'm a grad student, I'm kind of perfect in every way possible. And when I sit down and work, I just lock it and work. No, I just like, when I sit down and work, sometimes I'm like, I really gotta work right now. It's time to do work. And I'll look at my paper and I'll be like, gotta work. And then all of a sudden an hour goes by and I'm like, wow, I did nothing. Literally nothing happened. It's just realistic. It happens whether you're in high school or you're doing a PhD. It's the exact same thing. So I think that's the main thing. My study sessions probably look a lot like how your study sessions look. A lot of getting distracted, and then periods of being super productive and getting a lot of stuff done, and then you get distracted again. But in general, I do like to study a lot or do work with a lot of other people. I definitely work. I like to work with other people, but I get at points where I am like, okay, I'm behind what other people are understanding. It feels like people are going faster than me, and then I need to like step back and like come in my room and just like isolate myself for a minute, and then just be like, I'm gonna catch up, read as much as I can, and figure stuff out. Love from Norway, dude. I want to go to Norway so bad, dude. I really want to go to Norway. Fun fact, I haven't been anywhere but Canada. I haven't gone anywhere but Canada. Like, I wanna go to more places. I'm excited to go to conferences more in my PhD. I know a lot of, like, since I'm doing a lot of like astro related stuff, I know they get to go some cool places. Some people in my lab got to go to Tokyo for a conference like a year ago, so it's like hoping that's me. But we'll find out. I have a conference in Ottawa that I'm going to in July for work I did with NASA JPL. So that'll be fun. But also it's like I'm from Buffalo, New York. So I grew up like my house is like 15 minutes from the Canadian border. So it's like Canada is like it doesn't going to Canada for me like what isn't it was never a big deal. It's very normal for me to like go to Canada. So I'm like, oh, great. And the conference I almost got to go to, I almost got to go to a conference in Da Nang, Vietnam. That would have been so sick. It just didn't end up working out. But that would have been cool. I would have been thrilled to go to Vietnam. But yeah. I guess one of the cool things about research is that you get to travel. And the better you get at it, the more you get to travel and do cool things. All right. I got another question. How many hours do you spend studying when exams are on the corner? A lot. I mean, like, until the exam is front of my face. I would probably say I don't like when it's David. Let's say it's Tuesday, exam is Wednesday. I'm locked in all day Tuesday, like the whole day. I mean, am I cramming? Probably a little bit every single time, but I mean, I try not to study. I think I've been better in grad school because I think undergrad is a lot more. You got to cram a lot more because you just have so much to do. But in grad school, it's like I took 2 classes this semester, or I took 3 classes, but one wasn't too strenuous. So I just kind of like made sure to study days before. But undergrad, it was like, I'm not gonna lie, in undergrad, I probably never studied for an exam like day before. I remember when I was a junior taking E&M 1 and Quantum 1. And I just got on my quantum exam. I got rolled. I got absolutely rolled on quantum. That was a lesson. That was a big lesson that I learned. So I got rolled on my quantum exam. And I go sit in a room later that day because we beat them the next morning. It was like I had an afternoon quantum exam and I got in the next morning. So I gotta lock in, right? I sat in a room with 4 of my friends, 4 of my closest friends that were in the physics program, and we all looked at each other. We tried to crack open the book. We were like, we really gotta study. Really, I think we just kept saying we really have to study for 3 hours. We didn't get anything done except we kept making jokes about there being a magnetic monopole, and that was it. And then eventually we went, screw it, let's just take the exam, and we just walked out and went to bed. So it like very realistic final season scenario. I mean, I guess I very much want to keep emphasizing the aspect of how human people in PhD programs are. Like I did a lot of the same shit that I'm sure you guys have done. So not related to physics, but I'm taking these free online courses that are available on edX and Coursera, all from Ivy Leagues. Are those worth my time? If it's something you want to learn, then yeah, it's worth your time. I try to identify either A, like something that you're like, oh, I really want to know how to do this. Like I really want to learn this. That's fine. Then learn it. And if there's something that you're like, oh, I really love to do this project or something, but I don't really feel like I can, blah, 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 because I need to know this topic of things, then go learn the topic. If you have a reason that you want to learn it, and if you're doing it, clearly you have motivation to do it if you're doing it. And that's like the biggest thing. If you have motivation to do it and you're doing it, then do it. It's fine. Do it. It's a good thing. It's never going to be a bad thing. Good for you. Bro, I am studying to study classical electro dynamics. Do you have any video? Do I specifically have videos on the matter on my channel? No, I don't have that many videos right now. But do you mean in general? I can do a quick search. Let me see, like, if anything. I have to remember, like, if anything sticks out, or maybe I'll search on my account, and I'll suddenly see something pop up. Let me do a quick looky for you. But if we have any new people in here, everybody tell me your favorite color. I'm not trying to farm engagement, guys. I'm not trying to farm engagement. I really just want to know your favorite color. Really, 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 really do. Griffiths Electro Dynamics. Mimics. Let's see if anything pops up that I watched. Yeah, I guess with like, I think with undergrad. Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you for the colors, people. Yes. Thank you. Is there a delay? Do we have it? Like, I noticed that took like 15 seconds to register. Like, there has to be. Anyone your experience with how you stream and want to tell me where you can check if there's delay? Anyone know? I would love to know if there's there's definitely a little delay. Every stream. Okay. I'm new to this. So you guys just tell me if I'm doing something wrong. And you see the chat in the corner, that corner? See it? It's like, I got sign in to chat at the bottom. I should crop that. I should crop that window. I don't even know how. I don't know how to crop that. We're gonna figure that out a little bit. We're gonna crop it so it's just the chat showing, but I didn't want to delay longer. According to your experience, what would you tell an undergrad about? Oh, wait, sorry. I forgot your question. ADHD kicking in. I forgot your question on what to do for E&M. I think for E&M, I really definitely leaned just really heavily on the Griffiths textbook. I think Griffiths E&M and Griffiths Quantum are fantastic books. So, it's like, I would read the book. I think that's good. Obviously, people like videos too. I think I just looked up specific topics. Like if I'd read something and I'd be like, oh, what is a gauge transform? Then go into YouTube and look up like, what is a gauge transform? Like, what is a Coulomb gauge? What is a Lorentz gauge? Like, just like type those in and then watch videos on specific topics and watch multiple videos. I sometimes will watch like 5 videos on one topic because I need it said to me in 5 different ways before it makes sense to me. Because none of the explanations are going to make sense together, but a single part of each one is going to make sense. That's how I would say to that. But back to this other question then. According to your experience, what would you tell an undergrad who's about to finish their major? I'm a hypothetical undergrad. I'm anxious for what's to come. Are you saying you're finishing your degree, or you're wondering that as hypothetical, but you're about to start your degree? And then, but I guess I would answer that in a way of, it's honestly your job prospects and stuff as a physics major is fantastic. I think a lot of people go into physics and they're like, oh, physics, I want to do like particles and stuff. Like, I want to work on particle physics, and like, that's fine. People do particle physics. That's your thing. But it's a small part of physics. It's a big part of physics, but it's only one part of physics, I should say. And a lot of people who get physics degrees, they will end up usually going to school for an engineering master's or something, or physicists will get hired in engineering jobs, and it's all very beneficial. So actually, there's this light up here. I want to like angle it. I like angle it down. Ooh, look at that. See, suddenly it got like a little bit brighter. I got a TikTok ring light. Got a good TikTok ring light above me. What math is needed to understand the Griffiths quantum mechanics textbook? That's definitely, you need through linear algebra is the math of quantum mechanics. Linear algebra. You gotta be good at linear algebra. And you can still learn linear algebra as you go, like I did. I only took I got a cough. Hold on. Dealing with sickness. But I would say you need linear algebra. I actually took quantum mechanics without taking linear algebra. I took a class, my major, they required me instead to take a class that was like half MATLAB and half linear algebra in undergrad. But the linear algebra is like a kind of a weak understanding because it's not a pure linear algebra course. So I really recommend taking a pure linear algebra course. But the main math you're going to need is linear algebra, for undergrad especially. even then, in undergrad, you need a good understanding of linear algebra because that's how like real quantum mechanics a lot of times works. So when you get to like grad level stuff, it's like more linear algebra heavy. But I think it's super integral. Like you do more continuous wave functions in undergrad, which means that you're using integrals, and you're using more discrete things in graduate school a lot. So it ends up, or you kind of basically you switch between them like effortlessly. But you're gonna need 3 diffie Q, and then you gotta know linear algebra. Calc 1, 2, 3 diffie Q, linear algebra, and then I'd say you can attack the class. Let's see. Let me find one. Yeah, remember if I missed a question that you really want answered, just send it again. Greetings from Italy. Oh hey, my family's Italian. My family speaks Italian. I don't. They didn't teach me. And I plan on learning Italian at some point still, when I have more time. But I always yell at them. I'm like, why didn't you teach me Italian? Like, oh, well, we wanted you to know English. And I'm like, yeah, that's valid, but like I could also know Italian. And now they understand that mistake. So now all of my like younger cousins, they all know English, Italian, and Spanish, and I have to deal with them knowing 3 languages, and I know 1. And now I have to learn the hard way. And they just get to learn it by the time they're 4. So it's wonderful. It's great. Whatever. Colorado's a beautiful, yeah. Dude, like, I'm not gonna, like, show you outside, like, right where I live. But the mountains are, like, I'm gonna point the direction. Nope. Forgot the camera. Mountains are, like, right there. Like, out. Like, they're, like, right there. No, we can't be doing tra-la-leo, tra-la-la. Can't be doing that. The brain rot. What's my favorite one, though? No one asked that, but I'm gonna answer it anyways. I would say my favorite one is Cappuccino Assassinino. That's my favorite. Cappuccino Assassinino. I love that one. I think it's such a funny name. Such a funny name. More questions. Yeah. Cool, right? Should an undergrad start as research reading books or try to read papers or just focus on my undergraduate studies? You should start doing research, reaching out to professors to ask them to do research. That's kind of what you should do. That like just go do actual research. You don't need to be like, oh, I'm underqualified. It's too difficult for me. It's gonna be difficult until you do it. And also, they're there to help. Like, literally the whole reason they're there when you ask them to do research is that they want to help you get involved. How do you think they got involved when they first started? Do you think they just suddenly, someone came up to them and they were like, we think you're qualified to do research. We're gonna pull you into the inner circle. No, they didn't do that. They didn't do that. They just eventually they sent a random email, and they just sent an email to someone who were like, hey, I would really like to do research, but I don't know anything. Can you help me? And then they help them, and then eventually, and then look where they are. Same thing can happen to you. Exact same thing can happen to you. You're chilling. Go email people. I have a video on that, actually. How to get into research. Go do that. Ooh, next video, sneak peek. I'm not going to show you the script yet, but like, I'm trying to write out the outline. It's going to be on how to read a research paper. So if anyone's wondering how to read a research paper, let me know. Brendan Bryan, how do you build a rocket? I don't know, dude. No clue. I feel like I just throwing it out there. Your name, it really feels like you know how to build a rocket. Like, it really feels like that. Like, something just in me feels like you do aerospace. I'm just a hunch. Yo, we got Mario here? Hey, Mustafa. Good to see you here. We got Mario? Yo, my name is 1 letter off. My name is 1 letter off. Good to see you, Mario. Good to see you. Wonderful to see you here. Fortnite Darth Vader, dude, the clips of that have been so funny. They've been, I mean, I feel like so many people here have seen the reels or just like shorts of that. So funny. So, it's just so funny. I like Hawk Tua. What? Like, what are you talking about? Fit check? Did you say fit check? Bro, there you go. Fit check. You got the fit check. Shorts and my physics CU t-shirt. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, Dario, my uni offers freshman to research. Should I just focus all of my undergraduate time focusing on research opportunities for grad school? Yes. Well, yes, like, you should do research. What can I do with the computational? Do you mean like computational physics? Clarify with me if that's what you meant. Because I started in computational physics, actually. My first year, I was listed as comp physics. And then I switched over to engineering physics and pure physics. So I did 2 degrees. And then, so yeah, I feel like at my university, I was only one of 2 in my year that graduated with engineering physics. So I always just tell people I did electrical engineering and I did physics. I built rockets in my undergrad. That was a big thing I did, hence the rocket question. Mr. Brendan Bryan. I miss you. But I built rockets. I worked on theoretical condensed matter physics was my main topic in undergrad, and then I went, nuh-uh, not doing theory. And then now I switched over to experimental AMO, because I found experimental AMO to be the perfect blend between doing EE and doing physics. So for me, that was the benefit there. Yeah, comp physics. Yeah, starting comp physics is a great degree. If you like the CS stuff and you like the physics aspect, it's great. There might be someone here actually who is doing computational physics currently and could actually confirm that they're happy with their choices so far and how they're navigating it. Parth. But what's the work-life balance? Good question. Undergrad, ass. I did nothing but work in undergrad. Nothing. I mean, there's a reason I didn't start making any content till I'm in grad school. There's a reason for that. Like, I did nothing but work and research and clubs. My undergrad workload was I took 20 credits of all technical classes for 4 semesters straight. And then I also was leading my rocketry team to build avionics, like the hardware, like physical PCBs and like hardware for a rocket. And I was then also trying to do research. Oh, and I also did like tutoring and stuff. And it was hellish busy. Like, I think I finished my junior year and I was like, yeah, I should have done less. So don't do what I did. You don't need to do that. That's not going to get you further. Me doing all of that did not get me further. They were all things I wanted to do, and I was like, I'll just pack it all on my plate. You don't need to do that. It's not going to be like, oh, if I just take 2 more classes and I just join 1 more club, I'm going to be able to get into a good grad school. You should be locking in on. Don't worry about classes too much. Like, get good grades. You have to get good grades. Get good grades. But, like, don't be like, I got to do 25 credits a semester, and now I don't have time to do research because I really got to do so many classes. No, they don't. When you go to grad school, they're going to look and they're going to be like, all right, got a degree, check. Let's look at everything else. And then they're going to look at your research, and they're going to look at, like, what you did. Same for when you do a job. When you go for a job or you, like, anything. I've never had an interview for anything where they look at me and they go, I'm not seeing an A in quantum here. You want to explain that? No, they've never done that. What they're doing is they're going to be like, oh, that project you did, that's really cool. You designed an interferometer? Can you explain what you did for that? Like, tell me your process. That's what they ask about. They're like, oh, wow, I see you did research. That's really cool. Oh, wow, you worked on this club. Like, tell me about your role in this club. Like, those, like, it's the extra things. The other things are just check marks. Your GPA is just going to be a check mark. That's it. You got to do the other stuff. And if you're like, oh, I'm way too busy to do research, I'm like way too busy. I promise you, you're always going to feel busy. You will always feel too busy. 100% of the time. Always too busy. What you need to understand is that you need to push yourself a little bit. There is like what I learned end of my junior year, why I went, this was too far, like this was too much. And there's I really want to do research, but like I feel super busy, but like maybe I can make it fit, but like it's going to be a little more stressful. It's going to be more stressful, but it's going to push you. And you're going to find yourself a year later, when you do force yourself to do that one extra thing, that you're going to be better at time management. That's going to make you better at time management. So how the hell did you do that? I mean, managing time, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. I pushed myself a little bit past where I felt comfortable and where I felt like I could do it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to force myself to do it. I'm going to force myself to do that. And it's very hard at first, especially super overwhelming. And there's plenty of times where I was like, oh my God, I don't think I'm qualified to do this. I should just stop. But I stuck with it. And eventually you find yourself learning to manage it because the time just appears. You think you don't have the time, but it just suddenly appears because you have to do it. You find yourself, because you have another thing to do, that the other task that before took you 5 hours now takes you 4 hours because you suddenly got more efficient because you had to be. So you push yourself a little bit more. Just push yourself a little more. Don't do what I did. Don't do 20 plus credits, multiple clubs, tutoring, and research. I would say if you do minimum classes that you need to do, and and if you want to do extra classes, do it for fun. Don't do it because you're like, oh, I need to do this. Do it because you want to do it. Do research. Do research. I mean, the most important thing you can do research. And then if you still feel like you have time, do a club too. I think doing low amount of classes, a club, and research is the perfect balance where you get the social aspect from the club, you get the extra stuff you need from the research, and you're not destroying yourself on classes. Because homeworks suck. Homeworks suck. That's my take. Why did you major in physics? How'd you know it was a subject for you? I kind of just I would watch YouTube videos when I was in high school and I'd be like, this sounds cool. So then I just decided to study it. But, I mean, that could have not worked out. I think a lot of people are I don't know what to do about my research, or I don't know what to do because, what do you call it? Wait, what is this? I'm realizing the stream. I have to enable monetization? What is not working? How do I enable monetization? Monetization off. I gotta turn that on here. I do. I do. Okay. Monetization is enabled. Love to make $1 off of this. It's probably what I'm gonna make, but that's just being honest. And then, so yeah, all right, we back. We're so back. I think I have to, boom. Okay, boom. We are so back. Theory is lame, base take. Theory's not lame. Theory isn't lame. It's just not for me. I think theory people do a lot of really, really cool stuff. And experimentals are nothing without theorists, and theorists are only going to go so far without experimentalists. We work hand in hand. Do you think EE can be done from sources online? Yeah, you can learn anything. Dude, the internet is huge. You can do anything from sources online. You can do literally whatever you want. You just have to learn the skill of getting good at finding the information you want and understanding how to dissect it properly. You can do literally anything you want. Now, if you want to get a credited, you want credit that oh, I know how to do this, you got to get a degree. You can't, you're not going to walk into a job interview that says you need a bachelor's and you're just going to go, don't worry about it. Promise you I self-studied. Someone might be able to get by that, but you probably need some kind of certification. Blah, blah, blah. Is it really tough to create a stable career in research and pursue science, not limited to physics, since I haven't decided what degree I'm doing? No. Great job security. There's plenty, especially if you have a PhD. It's definitely not hard to be stable. I would not say it's hard to be stable at all. $1. That means you get one big boom. Boom. Thank you. Appreciate the single dollar. Appreciate that. What are your thoughts on the greatest basketball team in the nation? In the National Basketball, you really wrote out. You didn't write NBA. You wrote out National Basketball Association. The New York Knicks. I think go Knicks. Listen, I'm on the train. I'm on the train. Now you would say like, oh, you live in Colorado. You should cheer for the Nuggets. I am cheering for the Nuggets still. Like I still want the Nuggets to do well. I think dream scenario is Nuggets Knicks finals for me. And then you might be like, whoa, why not the Raptors? Like, you live so close to Toronto. That's Canada. Can't do that. So, I'd probably, if I had to align myself most with the team, I feel like it's got to be the Knicks. No, go Knicks. Oh, I hate the Celtics. That also, I hate the Celtics. I hate Boston sports teams. I'm from Buffalo. If anyone here not in the U.S., is going to be like, oh, what is he talking? Like, you might not understand my hatred being from Buffalo of Boston sports teams, but like anyone who does know what I'm talking about, I hate Boston sports teams. Yo, Dario, Messi, Ronaldo, fantastic question. I will say, as someone who's played soccer my entire life, and I'm pretty good at soccer, gonna be pretty humble, but I'm actually pretty decent. Pretty good. And I would definitely have to say Messi because he's a fellow left foot. I'm a left foot. His play style feels a lot like how I like to try to emulate playing, where he just has the ball in his foot and it just sticks to his foot and he just moves through everybody. And that's how I feel. Sometimes I just dribble the ball and it just doesn't leave my foot. And it like I'll ricochet it off of people and it just keeps going forward. Keep staying with me. You're from New York City? What part of New York City though? Gotta know what part of New York City. It's a bigger question. Opinions on pursuing robotics engineering, mechatronics. Dude, I think robotics is so cool. And mechatronics is like the Swiss Army knife. You know, a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. So I think that's such a cool field. Super cool. I totally could have seen myself going into it too. If you feel passionate about that and you're trying to decide what to do, go ahead and start with it. I think it's a great choice. Great choice. Hardest course you've ever taken? Probably last semester, Graduate E&M 1 with Jackson, the textbook of Jackson. That textbook is the most unreadable thing I have ever seen. You want to see the book? I probably got it somewhere here. Let's see if I just look up Jackson if I find it. Yeah, it's weird. If I look it up, homework solutions pop up everywhere. We found the book. You guys want to see Jackson? I can show you Jackson. Yippee, an engineer in the chat. Hey, I have an engineering degree still. I have an engineering degree. I do physics now, but my lab has EE PhDs and physics PhDs. I like to blend the worlds. Can you repeat for everyone why Boston sports are terrible? Why pull this textbook up? Yeah, Boston sports are terrible. You guys are spoiled. You're spoiled. You get a parade every single year. Some team wins. You've had enough. The Patriots, you had your era. It's my Buffalo Bills time. It's time for my Buffalo Bills. This is our time. This is not your time anymore. This is ours. You got Stephon Diggs now. I know he played for our team. But it's over. You're going to get cooked this year. We are going to destroy you. And it's going to put a smile on my face every single time. The Buffalo Sabres, though, they're a lost cause. We don't got to talk about them. Yeah, Jackson. Yeah, I'm gonna try to pull it up here. Let's see here. I'm gonna switch this. Put OBS over there. Put this here. And I think I do screen plus camera. Boom! Look how technologically advanced we are. We're so good. Yeah, this is Jackson. Queens. Nice. No hate for Queens. So there's like some people I hate from Queens, but like they're not in Queens right now. So like I guess it's chill. Queens got a little bit better right now. But this is the book. And if you saw my video on why physics is hard, and I talked about how textbooks just love to use the word trivial. They love to just throw the word trivial in there, and then they just move on with their life. That is Jackson. This is where it comes from. Jackson started this. Let's just scroll. Yeah, this is the book I had to do for my class. This was probably the hardest class I ever took. The homeworks in this class, oh my god, they were so bad. The homeworks were so bad. They took me so long to do. So stupidly long. I don't know, this stuff is all easy right now. So like none of this math is that hard. But it's like then you get to hear like orthogonal. Okay, this is actually not hard. When you just like Fourier's tricks and yeah, Fourier, you got Fourier integrals. We gotta scroll. Let's scroll a little bit. Let's scroll a little bit more. Yeah, we get to shit like this where we start having the Bessel functions and like spherical tensors, or not spherical tensors, spherical harmonics. Like the math just like the solutions for these things just get so bad. They just get so bad. Teach me how to read a physics paper. Hey, that's gonna be my next video. So we're gonna save it for that. I'm currently writing a script on how to do that. So we'll get that. It's because it's trivial. Yeah, no, it is. It is not. Yeah, no, it must be. It must be. I clearly don't know what I'm talking about. Look, bro's got like look, what is he talking about here? Why do we have a gamma? Like, there's a gamma function next to a Bessel function over another gamma function with a square root of pi. What are we even talking about here? Like, what are we? Like, I don't want to know what we're talking about. Like, what are we doing? Let's see if we can find a trivial. I know I can find it. We command F for trivial. Oh, yeah, I forgot. You can't highlight this text. The book is so shit. Yeah, bro, this is the definition of the textbook where he just slaps equations on the book. I think I opened this thing like twice in the beginning of the year, and I was like, I probably should read the textbook. I should go there. No, this is not help. This book is not helpful. It was kind of a rant, but that is probably the most difficult class I took is Jackson E&M. Graduate E&M. Like what am I looking at? Now we're gonna keep ranting. Like, look at this math. Look at this. What? Dude, have you ever seen that? Who has seen this notation before? This is actually, I have to learn this. I had to learn this notation. This is a row less than and a row greater than. That probably means that if I'm gonna guess, yep, cylindrical coordinates. And this is that we're inside a surface or outside a surface. So this equation you see right here is two equations. It's two equations. It's one for less than and one for greater than. And you have to use boundary conditions to solve for individual cases to figure out what this should be to get the general form. Tweak it over a book? Yeah, I'm tweaking over a book. Do you see what I'm looking at here? Do you know what's going on here? There's like one person in here that like is also like, yeah, I've done Jackson. I know. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Go to another random page. Boom. Now we got matrices in E&M. Like what are like plain electromagnetic waves, this is kind of like where E&M 1 ended. Seems like we are. This is where like the first class kind of ended. We start diving into like the wave equation. Like, look at it. Someone asked a question before on notation. Someone asked, what do you think about notation in physics? Do you see what I'm looking at? Do you see? Look at this. It's bold. Bold means it's a vector. It's not a scalar. It's a vector. That's what bold means. It's crazy. Like, I can't look at this. Like, I mean, I've been out of the class for a couple months, and I already can't tell you what I'm looking at. Like, it has to only be, like, the very basic equations. Then I'm like, oh, I remember that one. Like, I remember this. Complex form. That's it. That's what I remember. All right. Tweak over. Boom. Welcome back, everybody. In my future, yeah, it is brutal. As a first-year undergrad student, what the fuck is that? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm just letting you know, this is grad. This is the grad stuff. This is the grad stuff. You don't gotta worry about that for a while. And I promise you, you might look at that and be like, wow, I can never do that. That's what I thought too. And I still don't get it very well. But we did get through the class. And we did well. So, you're gonna get there. And you will get like 4 or 5 years from now. And you're gonna be like, wow, it's weird how I can like kind of actually understand that. So don't let it scare you. You will get there. It still sucks and I'm gonna complain about it. But you can do it. You can do it. What's my favorite programming language? Great question. My favorite programming language is Python. Gotta be Python. I mean, what? I feel like it's just the most useful. I feel like if you say that your favorite language is like, I don't know, R, I'd probably judge you. Probably judge you if you said R. MATLAB, I'd more so be like, we are just two different sides of a coin. And then C++, I'd be like, that's cool. I respect that. I do really like C and C++. I think what they can do is super sick. But I gotta go with Python. Dude, it's just like, just can do anything so well. Now, when it comes to reading code, if you want my least favorite language, it's now gonna be Python. Because dealing with someone's code who wrote code in Python and they don't annotate their code, they don't comment on their code, that is one of the worst things that you can possibly do. What about Java? Yeah, Java isn't like used that much, but that was the first language I ever learned was Java. Good old object-oriented programming. I haven't really need to use it since, but it's good. Have I used TensorFlow? A little bit. They're both good. There's really no preference for anything I've done. Just whatever one you feel like learning. In reality, do your heart's desire. I kind of want to figure out what this button does. There's a button here that says delay ads and one that says insert ad. I kind of want to figure out if everyone sees an ad if I do that. And I kind of got to I want to fill my water. So I'm going to click the insert ad button and see what happens. And then I'll be back from filling my water and we'll keep yapping and asking questions and stuff. So let's find out what happens. We're back. Was that the quickest water bottle fill you've ever seen in your life? Nothing happened? Then what was that? What does insert ad do then? I thought that inserts an ad. I was curious to see if that would work. Somebody got an ad? When you said you got a Unity, like, so somebody got an ad? Oh, you heard the cough. Yeah, see, this is a condenser mic. Showing mic. This is a condenser mic, so shit is catches everything. Yeah, you all heard the cough. Yeah, that's why I muted for the last one. Slightly. We're chilling, but we're also dying. Chilling, also dying. Anyone have any questions they want on, like, I'm gonna move OBS back over here so I can look like at least like this. Anyone have any advice they're looking for now? Any questions or anything? Anything you want to know? I'm here to answer things. What if we did a gaming stream? Like, what if we start playing video games too? Just, I don't know if you went over this. Any advice for high schoolers who want to major in physics in college? And what can they do? If you want to major in physics in college, then they want to pursue. I'm going to answer both those questions kind of at the same time. You want to pursue physics in college. In either A, you're like, I really want to do it, and I think I can do it. Or you're like, I really want to do it, but I don't think I can do it. My answer to you is kind of the same thing. You got to do it, and you got to force yourself. I will tell you, from when I got to graduation, and I got to graduation, right? And it's like, I'm standing there, like, in my cap. I gotta, like, raise this up. I got to graduation. And I was like, I got, like, my cap and gown on. Maybe I gotta raise the mic up. And I was standing there. I'm looking around. I'm like, my God, that guy made it? That guy made it? I was like, oh, I thought you dropped out. Oh, you made it too. Like, my point is that even when people seemed oh God. Whoa. Even when it seemed like people were doubting themselves. And I was like, oh man, I hope they don't switch out of their major. Seems like they're struggling right now. If you want to do it, you can do it. The STEM degrees in general, the only thing stopping you is yourself. If you don't let it get to you and you don't let it push you out, then you will get to the end. You will get to the end. But it's hard. I think it's important to understand mentally what you're in for. It's gonna be hard. It's going to take up so much time. So much time. But you have to stick through it. You gotta stick through it. If you want to do that, you gotta stick through it. It's kind of like you gotta just want it. It's the reason why I didn't want to pursue doctor. I would love to like do the stuff doctors do. I guess like the end result. But I didn't want enough to do what it takes to get there. So I didn't pursue that path. But what I did want to do enough, and what I did, and I had the resolve to keep pushing through all the tough days and the 15 weeks straight of just doing work every single night, including weekends and nothing else. What got me through doing that is mentally the fact that I wanted that. Like, I knew I wanted that. In my hardest days, I would just tell myself, I'd be like, they ain't fucking getting me. I refuse. I refuse to let them get me and drop out of this. And that's how it goes. You rally. You rally. It doesn't matter if you think you're amazing at math. Doesn't matter if you think you're bad at math. You want to do it. You just got to do it, and you work hard at it. And just know the only thing that can get you is you, and just keep sticking with it. I know you can do it. Blah, blah, blah. Did you ever do pure discrete math? I did take a discrete math class. I took the CS discrete math class because I started in my freshman year of undergrad. I was a comp physics major, so I took all the freshman CS classes. And it was, yeah, I guess, I don't know, there's something else with that. Or just applied math classes. But yeah, I took discrete math. Have I found it super useful? On occasions, there'll be like a piece of information. I'm like, oh, I remember that. But it hasn't like been super useful. Maybe it'll be useful in the future. I guess I'm unsure. I don't regret taking it or anything. Can you tell me Can you tell me what all do you study in EE from the first semester to last semester? Everything. You'd kind of like, I would say any undergrad major works in a way of all of, like, there's the major of physics, right? And then there's quantum physics, there's E&M, there's statistical mechanical physics, there's any other, I don't know, what I mentioned. I swear there's one more. Oh, like mechanics. Those are all different subfields of physics. In undergrad, you kind of touch on the basics of every subfield. Same as in EE. You touch on a little RF, then you touch on a little embedded systems, then you touch on a little bit of power systems. That's kind of what you do in undergrad. So from beginning to the end, you kind of touch a little bit in each field, and then a degree that says, I know a little bit about everything. So I'm now qualified to say that I can do electrical engineering stuff a little bit everywhere. And then when you go to grad school, then you kind of go like, oh, actually, when I took that
when I took that class on RF stuff, I really liked that one. I want to do more of that. And then you go to grad school and you specify on just that subfield. So like you're in undergrad, you're kind of choosing like this general field that you think you're interested in, and then you kind of touch in all of these little subfields, and then you get to grad school, and now you kind of go, all right, well that subfield is my favorite. I'm gonna do more in that now. And even then, you can do something else. If you do E, you can go do physics. Especially, I would say it's easiest. If you do physics, you can do whatever. I got into PhD programs for physics PhD, an aerospace engineering PhD, and electrical engineering PhD. You can do a lot with a physics degree. I think that was a big thing that helped set me on committing to physics, was that was really hard, but it gives you such a good theoretical background that you might be like, oh, I'm doing nothing applied compared to all the engineering kids. Go do that stuff outside of class. Go find applied things to do outside of a class. Show that you have the skills. And now you have the theoretical background. And if you want to do grad school, you can go do it in engineering. They love it. Or like how like every single job application that asks for an engineering person is like looking for a person with physics degree or engineering in this field. It's like it always says physics and. So physics is really just lets you do so many different things. In undergrad, I think when you're learning the material, it feels super theoretical. It feels like that you are never doing anything applied, and you're like, oh, I'm never gonna be able to do anything of this. And then you get to like, you get out of that, and you're like, oh wow, I can do like literally anything I want. But where you really are gonna be able to distinguish yourself is doing those extra things outside of class. There's a spiel. Does the college that you get into matter that much? It matters a little more when it comes to like your PhD for grad school. Like if I didn't get into a school like CU for my PhD, I probably would have just waited another year and applied. I think undergrad it really doesn't matter that much. I think the bigger schools, they shove opportunities in your face more, so it's easier for you to just get things. And the other schools don't do that, and you have to kind of go out of your way more to find cool opportunities. But what that also does is that it makes for a slightly less competitive atmosphere in a way that if you do the things that I'm telling you to do and go find these opportunities, go reach out to people when no one tells you to reach out, to ask for opportunities of things to do, you can distinguish yourself a lot easier. Did someone say ad? I didn't even click that one. I don't know how this works. There's an ad, I'll wait. There's an ad, I'm gonna wait a second. If you were to go to physics, absolute zero AI that teaches itself, what do you think about it? I don't have like crazy amount of thoughts on like AI. I'm gonna talk a little bit about a use case I think is beneficial when it comes to research of AI, and then in my newest video. But I think AI in general has a lot of negative sides. Don't be using it to like summarize news articles. AI shouldn't be used in a way that supplements critical thinking, because that is a skill that you develop, especially if you're doing STEM and you're being a researcher. You don't want to use it in a way that supplements critical thinking. I don't care if you use it to write an email, like it's fine, like it's a mundane task that you know how to do. Don't use it to generate new knowledge and then rely on it. You always assume that it's wrong. Something I think it's really good at, and something I'm going to talk about when I eventually get to post in the next video, is I think it's really good that ADHD, I forgot what I was going to say. I think it's really good that AI you can give it complicated language, like like physics, or like reports are just full of complex jargon, and you can give it that to AI and just be like, hey, explain this to me in simpler terms. And it's really good at doing that. And I think that is a great use case of AI that can be used, because you're still gonna spend 8 hours reading a paper, and it's never gonna supplement reading the paper itself. But you can be like, wow, that paragraph doesn't make any sense. What do they mean by that sentence? And you can give that to AI, and you can see what they say it means in a simpler way, and then you can go back to the paper and keep reading it. And you can be like, oh, okay, I see what that means. And then you can highlight it and annotate and be like, it means this. So it has its uses. Do people date in PhD? Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, people do. Live a comfortable life to support my family. Yeah, I mean, it will. Yeah, it will let you live a comfortable life and support a family, like for sure. I mean, do physics if you really are passionate about it, and then look for ways to find ways to apply it to fields. So then you can do like more engineering. Like, in the end, you're probably gonna get, if you want to do like physics, you're gonna need a PhD. But if you want to do like, you can get a physics degree and then go do like engineering. That works. How would you say one can get into good in physics Olympiads without possessing some insane? All right, we don't gotta say it like that, but studied. I don't know. Incoming medical student considering pursuing a joint biomechanical engineering program. I was not engineering undergrad major. How do I learn engineering fundamentals and set myself up for success? YouTube. I mean, look at the curriculum. Identify what you need to know. Identify what you feel like you're missing. And go email the program coordinator and just explain them your situation. Just go tell them like, hey, I did this in undergrad. I want to do this. I feel like I'm lacking certain skills to be successful immediately in this program. I want to try to prepare ahead of time. Can you let me know what I can do? And they're very helpful. And they'll email back and they'll be like, oh, hey, like, yeah, like, I feel like you might need to do this, or you can even be like, can I set up a meeting and talk to you? Go talk to them. Have you done research at UBuff? Yeah, that's where I started doing research. So funny, everyone calls it UBuff. I always called it UB. I feel like people outside of Buffalo always call it UBuff. But best way to cold email. The video I made on how to get into research, that is literally exactly what I did. But at that school, could not be more applicable. You go to the website, you go to a professor's website, and you go to the faculty page. You could be like, I want to do physics research. You go to the physics page. You go to the faculty list. You look at every professor. You click on them. You find the research website that they have linked if they do research. You click on that. You read it, and you'd be like, oh, this sounds really cool. Like, this one's like the coolest. I went through all of the faculty in the E department, aerospace department, and physics department. I noted my top 3 that I liked, and then I emailed them. I sent a cold email to all of them, and I went, hey, I really like the research you're doing. Can I talk to you about it? I had meetings with them, and then I determined myself which one felt like it was going to be the best opportunity. But all that information is summarized in that video. So, especially at UB, like that video is like identical. So, use that. Can you explain what Faulkner Scon wedge boundary layer transition delay, please? Yeah, I don't know. That, to me, that just sounds like a question someone would ask who's preparing for a Qual 1 exam for a PhD in aerospace engineering somewhere down south. I don't know why. But sounds like not my problem. Incoming college freshie considering PhD. What would you say the most important things programs consider? The stuff you do outside of class. Your classes matter, but I feel like people get very wrapped up in thinking they need to be like, oh, I got to take so many classes. I should add another degree. I should add 3 minors. If I don't do my 2 degrees and 3 minors, then I'm not doing enough. No, they don't care. They don't care at all. You should do things outside of class. That's what's gonna matter. Go do stuff outside of class. So go get research. Go join a club. Do stuff like that. Like that is like immediately come in. Don't be like, oh, I'm not qualified yet. I should wait a year before doing it. No. Get involved immediately. Start trying to do it. If you get a no, ask more people until you get a yes. There you go. Also, would you recommend an incoming freshman break into research and excel in it? Yeah, I guess I answered that. Yeah. Yes. And you don't have to do research in your department. If you're a CS major, I want to point out, like, you're a CS major, doesn't mean you have to do CS research. If you feel like you have the skills, or you can reach out to professors in other departments. So don't feel like, oh, I can only do CS research. Find something that looks cool to you. Is doing a science degree worth it? Absolutely. It's hard, but man, it is worth it. I look back on it, I'm like, that was so rough, but that was worth it. That was so worth it. What was your undergrad GPA? I ended with like exactly a 3.9. Like exactly. I found some online material on signals and systems of 2018. Do you think it'll be worth it? Spend time on it in 2020. Well, I don't know why it wouldn't be beneficial. I mean, it's a class you have to take for an undergrad EE major. So something you should probably know. Identify an application that you have for that information that you feel like justify to yourself that it's useful. Find a way to justify to yourself that that information is going to be useful to you. Can't believe this is regular talking speed. It's perfect. Yeah. I actually noticed when I was recording videos that I can't get a video to 8 minutes for the life of me because I talk too fast. I tried in the most recent video to talk slower. I really, really tried to talk slower because I wanted the video to get to 8 minutes because I'm just going to explain it very bluntly because I don't care. If you get to 8 minutes, then they can run mid-roll ads on videos. So even though I'm not making money, like I'm not making much money. I've made like $50 I think in a while, like 2 months. So like I'm not making much money at all right now, but it would be a couple more dollars if I just made the video at least 8 minutes. And I think YouTube also likes slightly longer videos now. But I keep talking too fast. And I keep literally telling myself, like, don't talk too fast. You gotta talk a little bit slower. And then I talk too fast. And then I don't get to 8 minutes. Last video came out to like 7 minutes and 20 seconds or something. And I was like, oh my God. I can't believe it. I even tried to consciously tell myself as a recording, I was like, talk slow. Yes, I hate quantum mechanics. Also, if you didn't see that, my newest video, it didn't do well. I actually thought it was a really good video. It was a unique take on why I hate the word quantum. But, check it out if you can. YouTuber Sabrina Hossenfelder, she's great. She does a lot of cool stuff. I guess I don't like personally like watch her content, but like I guess I have no complaints about anything she does. I think she does great. It's doing science communication. That's what I want to do. That's why I'm here. I want to do more science communication. For me, I feel like the avenue I want to explore is I want to give a more human side to scientists and engineers and stuff. I feel like there's a big problem right now where people just feel like scientists and engineers and stuff are like robots and stuff like that, but I'm just a normal person like the rest of you. I'm just doing, like, this is just what I do. So I kind of want to just do cool things and show you them. But we'll adapt the content as well. The more support we get from all of you, the more support we get. Like if you hit the sub button, if you're here and you're not subbed, and you hit the sub button and you support, then that more I grow, the more I can put into this. That'll really help. 3.9, that's crazy. Thank you. Were all your classes curved? I mean, physics ones are curved. Yeah, yeah. Physics classes mostly are curved, or people would just all fail. Like, they're not just like, I didn't get like a 94 in almost every class. They would be like, oh, an A is going to be an 80%. So I guess that is in a way curved. Why did you start your YouTube channel? How long have you wanted to start one? I think I thought about it a while. I had some conversations with people in undergrad of how I wanted to start one, but in undergrad I never had any time to start one at all. And I knew I wanted to do one. And then I was able to meet Ali, who I'm sure a lot of you know, and I was able to talk to him about it, and he kind of helped motivate me to get started on doing a channel and be a part of this community. So I eventually pulled the trigger and I went like, let's do it. Let's put out a video. Obviously first few videos were like, they were so bad. They're still bad. Like, I'm sure I can't wait to look back at whatever I'm making right now in a few months and be like, wow, those are really bad. But that's part of learning. Gotta just kind of put yourself out there and see what happens. But I kind of want to start one because I talked about it a little bit. I want to show a more human side to science. I feel like something that I think I can be good at is showing people that scientists and engineers and stuff, people in STEM are very relatable people, and we're not like, I want people to trust science more. So I feel like a good way to show people that they can trust science is show that the people behind the science doing it are just normal dudes. Like, I'm not like a fucking robot that is like, oh, I go into lab, I do research, I publish result, and then I move on with the day. Like, at least hope you guys don't see that. Thank you for watching the quantum video. I appreciate that. Explaining cool physics conference. I should do, where was that? I should do a lead type format at the whiteboard. Yeah, in a way, like, I was thinking about that. There could be totally things. So I'm actually moving places in a month, so I'm not really going to try to set anything up. It's also why, like, there's nothing in my background. Like, this is just, like, an awful background for recording videos. It's because I'm moving in July to just, like, another place in Boulder. And I don't want to, like, waste time, like, getting things and setting more things up. But we can look more into that definitely like when July like comes around and move. But yeah, that'd be good. I kind of want to do interviews with people in do interviews with people who are doing science currently, because I have so many friends now that are doing really really cool science, and they're also really cool people, and I would love to like show you guys what they're doing and show you more people that are just people doing cool science and just have funny conversations. I can't do things too seriously. If you guys can't tell already, like even recording videos on educational stuff, I can't be too serious. I have to make a joke every once in a while. It just comes out. Like I don't even have it in the scripts, and it just comes out. Let's see. If I miss your questions, please tell me. I'm trying to stay like near the beginning. Schedule like an undergrad? Hell. Insanely busy. Stupidly busy. Doing stuff constantly. I mean, it was really just like I would go to classes. I don't think I have a bad confession. You guys want a bad confession? I can tell you a bad confession if you want it. But enough people tell me that they want me to tell them a bad confession about my undergrad. It's about classes. Very, very bad confession. Are we interested? Oh, silence is too. I would love to play music. What do people do for like streams? Can I just like start playing like non-copyright music? I don't even know. Yes. Okay. I'm also gauging in my head the stream delay by doing that. All right. Okay. I think there were some semesters I never went to a class. Ever. Like, I'd be taking like 5 classes. I'd walk in the classroom once. Not one time. And that's not because it was like bad. It was because I realized myself that I struggled a lot of the time to focus and learn in classes. So they would record things and I would watch the lectures at home. But that means I took a lot of classes where I never walked in the classroom. I'd walk in for like the syllabus day, and then I wouldn't walk in again until like the midterm or the final exam. Because I would just be like, I'm gonna learn at my house on my own. So that was kind of what I did in undergrad. How did you? Yeah, I still learned the material. I still read the books. I still studied a lot. I mean, physics, I guess, depending compared to engineering, physics is like very like book heavy. I think I know a lot of people in engineering is like, oh, I didn't crack open a textbook in any of my classes. But in physics, I would crack open a textbook. I would crack open 3 a day. So I would always read the textbook, and I would still watch lectures, and then when I dozed off and I would be like, what's going on? Then I would be like, oh shit, and I would go back to the lecture and I'd like forward it back. There was one rough time though where I had to take Quantum 2 and integrated electronics, like a transistors class, at the same, like they scheduled me at the same time. They were both scheduled at the exact same time, and I needed to take both of them. So I took Quantum 2, never walking in the classroom, and that class wasn't recorded. That was fun. That was a struggle. That's all. No, that, like there are a lot of things that made junior year rough. That was one of them. Needing to take Quantum 2 and never be able to go in the actual classroom. That was tough. Do you like Boulder compared to Buffalo? I love Boulder. I mean, it's just like, I would say I like the fact that there's sun a lot more than a lot of places down the east. So I definitely like that aspect of having sunlight. Is it the only for your second year classes, like where the class size is huge? Yeah. I would definitely say the physics department in my undergrad was like pretty small. So my year was like especially kind of small. So I think I took like statistical mechanics my senior year, and I had like 9 people in the class. That's a required class for the major. So it got pretty small because in the beginning you're taking classes with like engineers, and like every engineer needs to take it, and like a lot of other majors need to take it. So I do that. Good online resources you recommend for physics or math?
I mean, I guess I don't like. There's no like specific resource I use. Like I kind of just like think of a topic I need to learn, and then I just go to YouTube, and I just start typing in, and then it's like you get like to higher level classes, and it's very class specific, and it's like, oh, you need to learn this class. Well, there's this textbook. So, I mean, like physics. If you say like, what do you want to learn for quantum mechanics? I'd recommend you, if you've never done it before, Griffiths E&M. If Griffiths E&M or Griffiths Quantum, do both of those. Like that's kind of like how I would put it, of how I'd recommend things. Do you have any advice on getting STEM, specifically CS programming related internships, especially when you're a freshman plus have no relevant? It is definitely hard to get things outside that, especially when you have no experience and you're a freshman, which is why a lot of times I'd recommend to you, I'd say look for things at your school. That's why I recommend research. Like when I applied to internships and research positions outside of my undergrad school, the first time I did it, I got accepted into 0 things. Every single thing rejected me. So I was like, all right, I gotta find something. I still gotta get some experience. So that's when I reached out to professors at my school to get research. And I did research at my university that got me experience, that got me more opportunities. And then when I applied to stuff for the next year, I got into stuff. So I recommend to you, try to find research, try to find things at your university that are more accessible. And that'll help you set up things so that when you reach out to those things that are harder to get into, it helps. Buffalo's really, yeah, I travel to Canada all the time. I lived like 15 minutes from the border. You would just kind of like, Canada would be like let's just go to Canada and eat lunch kind of thing. So yeah. How many credits do you take per semester? I took too many. I probably averaged like 19 credits a semester. Don't do what I did. I would say there's a lot of things I'm happy I did in undergrad. That was one thing that I wish I didn't do. Oh, look who it is, AI lover Dario. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it is. I love AI. Love it. I use it for everything. I can't really live anymore without it. AI is like everything I need. Actually, every word I'm saying right now is on this other monitor. I'm just reading off of it. I'm just giving it your questions, and I'm not answering them honestly. This isn't me answering your questions. It's not. I'm just using AI, and I'm just answering it with AI. I'm fake. I'm being fake. Anyways, would you rather learn your degree only through YouTube videos or various textbooks? If you're saying like only textbooks or only YouTube videos, I'm gonna go only textbooks. YouTube videos are great for helping to explain other concepts, but it can never get in an amount. It can't cover as much depth as a textbook will be. It can't supplement reading a book a lot of the time. It can't. It's not gonna be able to do it. A YouTube video is a great resource to be able to help you understand the information from the books, but you can't depend on that only. That's why you have notes and stuff from professors. Do you think you could learn a class only from the lectures they gave you? Like I'm saying, like you're not allowed to take notes. Like they're just gonna talk and you can't take notes. Are you gonna be able to learn a class from that? No. You use the fact that you look at you take notes during class, and then after class you go look at the posted notes and you read those. It's being able to have that kind of written form is still necessary. Well reputed in the US. I'm really not sure. I mean, I guess I know IIT. So, and I've heard good things that like it's a good institution. I'm not really sure how well reputed they are in the US. I wish I could speak on that. I can't. You can email people in the US. Email schools and just ask them a general question. There's a great power of something called cold emailing that I feel like people don't realize a lot of the time. Cold emailing is a wonderful thing. It's great. The fact that you can just email someone and they will just respond and you've never met that person before is a cool thing. People email me and I'm like, sure, I'll respond. Like that's like think of yourself in a situation. Put yourself in a situation. You are working in a position and someone reaches out to you and asks for help on how to get to where you are. Are you going to not respond? No, you're like, oh, that's cool. I'd love to help them. I'm going to respond. Same thing for anyone else. You would do it. Other people would too. You have a question about anything. You want to find an opportunity. You want to get into something. Start emailing. And if people don't respond to you, then email more people until someone does.
You gotta be persistent. Power of cold emails is an amazing thing. Once you learn that, your academic world will open up.
On internships and jobs after getting a PhD. Yeah, I will definitely get into a lot of topics like that. I bet Dario doesn't even look over his text messages or that AI. Nope. I filter them all through. I don't respond to anything, honestly. I can't do anything real. I'm so fake. You got me. Am I caught up on messages, actually? Oh my god. We must be falling off. People stop typing. Am I becoming irrelevant? I must be becoming irrelevant. This is insane. No one typed anything anymore. So what do I do? No one's typing anything. Oh, someone typed something. What do you plan to do after completing your PhD? I guess I don't know fully. If this channel does well enough and we keep growing, then I'd love to try doing this a lot more. I hope to be able to find... I have general ideas on how I can hope to fill this into my work as I'm doing my PhD, but that's information for me. And after, I mean, I want to go to industry. Assuming I'm not doing this, I would prefer to go to industry. Could definitely see myself going back to academia and being a professor, but I think I at least want to start by going to industry. Yeah, just quit. Yeah. Damn. You guys are really real for that. I guess it's like, I should take that to heart. I should believe you. We should be done. This is the last thing you're ever going to see from me. I'm gone. It's it. It's so over. I'm PhD. No, summer's off and like you don't have classes, but like I still do research full time. I still go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I do research full time. But it's like a pretty flexible schedule. It depends on the lab a lot of time with your environment. My lab is kind of like you get the stuff you got to get done, then you're good. So I like to go in a little bit later. It's not like a 9 to 5. I like to do like a 10:30 to like 6:30. Because I like my night times a lot. But it's pretty flexible. And since I'm here and like I'm here to do research, I want to do that. I definitely like I want to do research. So to me, it feels like I still have a summer because the thing I'm doing is the thing I want to do. It doesn't feel like a job. Like yeah, it's my job and I get paid for it, but I want to do it. And then my hobby is doing this and talking to you guys. Ooh, that's not a bad heart. Wait. Is that a good heart? We rate that out of 10? I feel like that's decent. Wait, maybe we get like the... Maybe we like... Oh, that's a little bit better. That's for you guys. There you go. That's for all of you. You will never become irrelevant, bro. I'm sorry, I become irrelevant. It's over. So sorry. We're not optimistic anymore. We're cooked. We're so cooked. I think in your last... Yeah, the thumbnail... I was thinking that too. Yeah, I was thinking it might have been the thumbnail. I really was. I was contemplating changing it and trying something else, but I only have so much time. I think it was the thumbnail too. I was looking at it and I was like, I at minimum should have brought like I was kind of like over here. Like I was like over here and I was like what was my pose? I was like I forget. You know what I mean? I feel like I was like too far back. And I needed to like come in front of the camera. I need to be like and then have like something on the side. It was over here. I need to have something like over here. But like I feel like I really had to get in the camera and be like, oh my god. Or if I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna kill quantum. I'm gonna kill the word quantum. Yeah, that was kind of like what my thought. That was kind of my thought of what I had to do. That was definitely it. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. I think your last video, yeah, I just read that. For what to do in industry, not fully, maybe quantum computing stuff would be cool. I would love to work on space technologies, kind of like what I would really love to do. So, probably gonna look at different space companies. Currently mechanically, how can I relate this to the world of it? I do everything. Everything you do is physics. Like, does something move? It's physics.
Like you could, if you want to do more physics, you could get a more theoretical background in like intermediate mechanics. There's a lot more theory to a lot of mechanical equations that aren't really talked about in mechanical engineering because you talk about the applications of how to use those. But physics is going to build you from the fundamental principles up into the point where you use those equations. And then mechanical engineering is going to take over and be like, all right, we got this equation. Let's build some shit with it. But if you want a deeper background and want to understand like where a lot of things come from a fundamental perspective, physics. Oh, we got a cough. Hold on. Dying. Bro got Kawhi. Yeah, I don't know about Kawhi. That smile. Thank you. How's the social life at CU Boulder, Colorado? Pretty good. I mean, I would say a lot of social people. I mean, there's always things to do if you want to do them. I guess I don't have like a deep answer on that, but like very confidently good. Very confidently. It's actually probably like for physics PhD, the reason I chose here is that not only is it like number 3 or 4 in my field in the world, but it's also, I'm gonna mute the cough. But it's also got one of the best work-life balances out of any of the PhD programs in the country. And for me, that's something I really want. I want a really good work-life balance. So when I saw how good CU's was and how they take priority in doing that, a win-win for me. How do you do applied physics with a philosophy degree at university? What's the jump in physics from high school? The jump from like physics high school to university, I can answer that part. It's a bit in the beginning. It's not too bad in the beginning, but I think more so you're gonna be overloaded a lot by the work. It's gonna feel like a lot of work. You're gonna be like, oh my god, all of a sudden what happened? I'm doing work constantly. And I think that was the big thing that I had to adjust to. Was understanding that my life was now just gonna be a lot of work a lot of the time. A lot of the time. And then I think another big jump in physics happens when you go from the first, second year, like intro classes to like the big boy classes, like you do actual quantum mechanics and like actual E&M. How do I start doing research paper even though first university? Start like doing? Do you mean like writing one or like reading one? Because if you want to know how to read one, I'm going to publish a video on that soon. I'm working on that one right now. So I'll let you know on that one soon. Definitely let you know on that one. What other physics PhD programs did you apply to? I applied to ones in physics, I applied to ones in electrical engineering, and I applied to ones into aerospace. And then I ended up here. Why didn't you apply for internship at CERN knowing both physics and EE so well? Because CERN knows particle physics, and I'm not into particle physics. I love learning about particle physics. Like as just like I think it's a cool field that people do, but like it's not the field for me that I want to work in. And I think it's the very like YouTube heavy kind of field where people on YouTube are like, whoa, like CERN, particle physics is doing this stuff. But I think as an actual field to work in, it's not for me. I struggle with intro physics classes. Am I cooked? No, you're not. I did too. You're not cooked. You just have to, I told you, the only thing you could do wrong is let it scare you out. It's gonna be hard the whole way through, and you're constantly gonna feel like you can't do it. That applies to any STEM degree. Don't let it scare you out. I struggled too, but look where I got to now. And I'm still struggling. It's fine. You just get used to struggling. Now I just kind of look at it and I'm like, well, don't know how that works. But when I started, I was like, oh my god, I don't know how that works. I have no clue how that works. Am I gonna fail? I don't know how this works. But now it's just kind of like, oh, well, that made no sense. That's crazy. Do you think it's possible to learn fields like general relativity and quantum mechanics just by self-learning? General relativity and quantum mechanics, very different levels of understanding. I don't know if this feels like a crazy take, but it's true. You're going to need way more background to approach general relativity than you're going to need to approach quantum mechanics. A lot more. Quantum mechanics can be approached after you finish like doing like linear algebra differential equations.
like Calc 3, like those. You can approach quantum mechanics and you can try to self-teach it. And there's amazing textbooks out there. Like Griffith's Quantum Mechanics, fantastic book. If you dedicate time to reading and dedicate time to understanding it, you can learn it. General relativity. You're going to need things like differential geometry. You're going to need to understand tensor math very well. Very, very hard. Very hard field. Manifolds. Manifold math. I can't even tell you how to do it. Couldn't do it. Couldn't tell you how to do it. Very difficult. The math required for general relativity is absurd. Start with special relativity. That will be much more approachable. And you'll kind of get some of the general concepts. But you want to do it, generalize it, and go to general relativity. Very, very hard to get a very good understanding of that. You absolutely can. Never said you can't. Just letting you know that when you open a book and you start learning about it and you see the real deal math, it's gonna be hard. Like, do we gotta pull this up again? I gotta pull this back up again. Look at, we talked about this before. Look at this book. This is a graduate E&M book. This math isn't that bad, but like, look at it. Look at this. Look. See what I'm looking at? Look at the math we're dealing with. Look at this. This is all the easy stuff too. That's not even hard. Actually, I think we have manifold stuff in here if I go deep enough. Maybe we can find it. Let's go to the table of contents. Let's see if we can find it together. Radiation, charged particles. Relativistic stuff. Relativistic. Maybe it's all in chapter 16. Let's try chapter 16. Broom. We're in chapter 11 still. Special theory of relativity. So yeah, you get relativistic, like electromagnetics. This stuff. I don't think there's probably manifold math in here somewhere. I don't feel like finding it though. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, I'm just letting you know, general relativity math is a lot worse than this. A lot worse. And I have no clue how to do it. I probably won't. I would love to learn general relativity and just like understand what is in the field, but I probably won't because it's not my field. If that makes sense. No, writing a research paper? Start understanding the general form of like what a research paper is in. You write the abstract, then you write the intro, then you write like you always write the abstract last. Abstract is always the last thing you do. You just kind of write the paper. I mean, learn like what sections are in a paper, learn how to organize your idea. I mean, if you know what kind of research you want to talk about, then you're kind of just telling a story where you're trying to teach people what you're doing, like how you did it and what you did. But there's definitely videos on how to write a research paper that exist. Also something I could definitely talk about at some point, but I haven't right now. I am muting for another cough. Unmuted. Accustomed to suffering. I think the good way to put it is you get comfortable being uncomfortable. That is the big thing I always like to say. You gotta get comfortable being uncomfortable. And if you do that, then you're gonna be in a good place. All right, we go back. Cam. Switch. Now I can look this way again. Guys, if you haven't subbed to the channel, has anyone gotten an ad? Sub to the channel if you haven't subbed to the channel. Has anyone else gotten another ad? I'm really curious. Yeah, another mute. Gonna do it. Can't stop me. Studying statistics and application, theoretical, great. StatMech, statistical mechanics is the whole field, dude. It's very applicable. When I took StatMech, you just do statistics and you get physics results. It's a whole field. Do it. No ads. I have ad blocker. I wouldn't know. I see. I got one for Doom Dark Ages. Very interesting. Haven't gotten a single ad. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just curious. I'm not fully sure. Like, I thought it would like tell me like, oh, we're about to run an ad, and I can be like, don't right now, please. But I haven't seen anything. I've seen literally nothing. Opinions on the University of Maryland CSN, great. Dude, they got great programs. Fantastic. I have a friend who did an RU in the physics department there. They got a great physics department too. I don't have a blocker and didn't get any ads. Guys, you're not letting me get money off of this. I'm kidding. I don't really care. I'm just curious how it's working. I'm very confused how it's working. But anyways, it'd be like that. And then, oh, it says I've made 12 cents off of ads. Congrats, guys. Thank you for the 12 cents. I will invest that. I promise. I'll do good causes with that. So if someone saw an ad, we get 12 cents. Weird how it works. What does that like button do? What happens if you click that like button in the corner of like the stream? What does that do? Like, can you just like spam click that? I can't do it. Confused. I'm learning. Well, hardest thing about doing a PhD, consistency and being able, knowing that you're doing it for like 5-6 years. I mean, it's like, this isn't a quick thing. It's a marathon. I'm really just at the beginning, but I mentally know like what I'm in for. Oh, the heart button's going. Oh my God, that's so cool. What? Why does it do that? Why does it do that? Oh wait, there's a like button over here and it starts shooting up. When you got, unless it's the likes on like below the video when you click like. But I love seeing the little emojis. That's so cool. That's awesome. Sick. How can someone integrate economics and physics according to you? Dude, there's actually a field called economophysics that I saw talk on here earlier this semester. It was so cool. The dude was showing how you can use physics models and like the exact same physics models that you would use of like temperature in a room, of like how things moved in equilibrium, and you can show a statistical divide between the upper class and the lower class. And you can see like this one follows like a Poissonian distribution, and this one follows like a, I forget what the distribution was. But there's literally like there's a field that does that. I think the professor that does that is he at the University of Maryland? I forget it. You can look up economophysics. And there is a field that they can use physics models to relate that to understand how society, like money flows and how class structure develops and stuff like that. It's really cool how you can just use physics models and get perfect results and find a lot of cool trends. And you can identify where problems come from because you can be like, oh, look, I can show you that these divide between the upper and lower class. I can show you that through the years it's shifting because my models are good. You didn't ever golf. Only one cough that time. But isn't that kind of cool? Economophysics. Look it up. Look that up. Hey, if anyone's new here, sub to the channel so I can make more things. Thank you. After doing an undergrad from IIT, do you think it would be cool to continue with master's degrees or start with physics? If you want to do like physics, you're gonna need a PhD. People who do physics but don't have PhDs are usually doing more engineering things. But it's chill. Like I could totally see myself doing more engineering things. But yeah. I mean, I would say if you want to do physics, look for PhDs. But if you're trending more like, maybe I want to do like engineering stuff, then go do like a master's and stuff. How do you find out about the talks like this? Economical physics, they advertise them. Yeah. So the department sends out emails and tells you they have a weekly seminar. So every week one professor comes in and they give a talk. I guess that's a very privileged thing that I get here because I'm at a very highly ranked institution that a lot of professors are willing and want to come in to talk. So it's a very privileged thing that I have here. And I'm very grateful for it. I am new to you, but I've seen Ali before. Yeah. I assume a lot of you have seen Ali before. I met Ali. We worked together on a project with JPL. We published, or I guess almost about to finish publishing a paper. It got published. It got submitted and approved. But I have to go give a presentation on it before they put it into the, like actually post it online. So that'll be up in like July. But yeah, I worked with Ali. What was your RU experience like? The greatest thing that ever happened to me, except this one dude that I met. His initials are DT. Wait, those are my initials. I hate myself. Yeah, RU experience was like great, except like very specific people I met. Even though I loved being at USC for that summer and it was like super fun, there were very specific people that I just hated so much. So yeah. You don't have to worry about who those are. Don't worry about who those are. You don't worry about who those people are. But there are very specific people that I was just like, man, I hate this guy. I'm going to act really nice to his face. Especially during Wednesday waffles. But I hate him. Optoelectronics. I don't, like, my personal experience, like, working with them, I haven't done that much with them. But, like, it's a great field. A lot of people do that here. Because my school is known for AMO. So a lot of people here do like AMO physics, which is atomic, molecular, and optical. And optoelectronics is such a cool field. Highly recommend it. Goat. Thanks. Oh wait, guys, this is for you. I'm trying to get better at like doing the heart. Like I'm so bad at. Ooh, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's for you. That's for all of you. All your appreciation, because I appreciate every single one of you, and I'm here to help anyone who needs help or just wants to hear me talk, because for some reason I can just talk continuously for hours. Thinking of doing it after my PhD. I'd love to. Hey, this YouTube channel does well enough. I love to do this and keep building more and more content, and I want to focus on trying to show the more human aspect to science. Just like people in science are people. That would I'd love to do. But if I don't do that and I do something else, or I'm still growing the channel, then I would like to go to industry to start off, and then at some point I would totally not rule out going back and being a professor. But I think I want to at least start in going to industry. Best way to prepare for your first research problem, theoretical physics. That was my first research problem was theoretical physics. Use the papers that they read you. And understand everything you possibly can with those papers, and talk to the professor, talk to the grad students that know the research, and if you really don't know, you can email the professors on the papers and ask them to, like, if you can have conversations about it. There's a lot of things you can do. I mean, it's really just read literature. You got to understand what you're dealing with. Push you to email 3 professors. Oh, awesome! You all should email 3 professors and get research. You all should. I think the biggest problem with research is that people feel like they're not qualified to do it. You are. You just got to try to do it. How much do you study per day during the semester? A lot. Like, I think I was super busy last semester still because I was making videos during the semester. So that made me, like, super busy. Because, like, I'd finally be like, oh my god, I finally have a moment of free time. And instead of just being like, I'm going to do nothing, I'm going to chill, I'm going to play video games, I'd be like, okay, time to make a video. Time to make the next video. That made me super busy. But, that's fun time. That's still like that's things I choose to do. When are we getting Let's Plays? Suggest some resources for economophysics. I guess I don't specifically have any off the top of my head. You can, if you're in the Discord, you can shoot an @ in the Discord, and I can try to find the talk that was given a while ago. But just look up the field, watch videos. If you're really interested in it, you can even reach out to people and ask them. Be like, hey, this is really cool. Like, do you have any resources and like where I can learn more about this? People love talking about their own work, man. People love talking about it. I should play ranked League of Legends games. Or the Bazaar. Bazaar I could do. I feel like that could be fun. What do I think about the field statistical physics? Super cool. Awesome. Do a lot of cool stuff. Very difficult field. Very challenging. But super cool. What made you want to pursue a PhD? I want to do research. I want to solve novel problems. That's what I want to do. I want to solve novel problems that I think
solving cool problems is really fun to do. There's two things I want to do: help people and solve really cool problems. And I feel like by doing a PhD and doing this, I can fulfill both those things that I want to do.
Interest in philosophy? Sure. I think philosophy is super cool.
Do I like take time out of my day to learn it constantly? No, I guess that's not like on the high enough of my priority list, but like it's sick. Philosophy's so cool.
How do you focus when you're reading physics textbooks? Understanding when I can't focus, because there are totally times where it's like I'm like fully awake. Like I'm fully like I get in my house, I get in, and I'm like, all right, time to read. It's time to read. We're gonna crack open the book and we're gonna focus today. And I get in, I'm coming to my house, I sit down, I crack open the book, and then I see something that looks like this. In the second, and I read one word. Like I'm like, all right, time to read about this, and it's just like, all right, in astrophysics, and I just like, brain just shuts off, fully just shuts off, fully. Like, you gotta understand that, and then I'll be like, okay, today isn't a day I'm gonna read a textbook, because clearly my brain is not capable of doing that. I'm too burned out today. So then you work on something else. I'm sure many of you had a relatable experience. Where like you are perfectly awake, your day's going great, and then the second you decide to start doing work, you just crash. You're like, why? You're like, I was doing great 3 minutes ago. So that's like what I see. It's just ways students can earn money while focusing on their studies. Part-time job. Side tutoring. That's what I did undergrad. I would do tutoring. You can just advertise yourself on social media. Like, just go on Facebook or something and, like, just post yourself to a bunch of page where you know a lot of moms will see it. A lot of white moms. And just be like, hey, I'm tutoring. I got paid in undergrad. I would just do it, like, a few hours a week. But you can charge, like, $40 an hour. They do, like, high school level math. And if any of you think, like, I don't know if I can do high school math, I promise you when you look at the math, you're going to be like, oh, wow, wait, I actually am a lot better than this now. So if you're like, gotten pretty decent at math, like, past the high school level, do tutoring. It pays great. Mount Rushmore for physics? I guess I haven't thought about that. That's a deeper question I think about another time. That's a deeper question. Einstein's got to be on there. Got to be. I do love Feynman. I kind of want to put Feynman on there. Schrodinger's also sick. Heisenberg's also a cool dude. That's already 4 then. And there's too many. Oppenheimer's also sick dude. Dirac is like, yeah, Dirac's a great one too. I have to like really think about that more. I need to like that's like a deep question I have to think about. Who might Mount Rushmore be? But I feel like I'm pretty confident I want to put Einstein on there. That's like the one I'm confident about. Like bro did so much cool stuff. Niels Bohr, another good one too. Another good one. Favorite class clown? No, I was class president in my high school. No, I got voted most likely to be president. One day. I'm not going to be president one day. I don't really see a world in which I take up a career in politics. Max, do we see Max was another good one too? It's like you. Hey, how about you guys answer? If anyone has a confident answer, and you're like, I know exactly who my Mount Rushmore physicists are. Tell me your 4 are. Read American Prometheus. I have not read that. Heard of it. Have not read it. So sorry. Newton. See, it's like Newton might have been like Newton's totally like up there because it's like the first one you learn about. So it's like, how do you not put Newton up there? There's a lot of other cool ones. There've been a lot of cool shit since. Feynman, yeah, we did say Feynman. I said Feynman. I kind of want to put Feynman up there. I really appreciate like how good he is at science communication, the way that he explains physics with simple words and he doesn't overcomplicate it. Feynman not in your top 10.
See, like we value different things. I appreciate his work with science communication, so it pushes him up there for me. Tax implications look like. Did you have to do a 1099? Here's the best part. If you just do it, if you just advertise yourself and do it freelance, no taxes. You're just doing it yourself. Do you get taxed when you do a yard sale? No. There you go. You should know professors' research really well before emailing them. Should you know? You should like glance at a few of their papers. You should glance at a couple, and because like you want to know that you like this is a professor you want to reach out to. So know something about it, but the research is gonna be hard. You're gonna crack open a paper and nothing's gonna make sense. Only read the abstract. Try to understand the abstract. That's like that's what I would say to you. And if you try to understand the abstract and it still sounds really cool to you, then reach out to them. You don't need to be like, I've learned about this in my class. You're not gonna have learned about it. I'm gonna guess you haven't learned about it. I didn't learn about anything. I literally sent an email. I sent the first email that I ever sent. I put that in my how to get into research video. And it was like, oh, I really want to do this and I want to do this. Like I gave like the most general terms and things I want to do. When you email someone, don't try to make yourself sound like you know what they're talking about with the research. They know you don't. And I can tell you now, when I look back at old emails I sent, where I tried to pretend that I knew what someone's research was, I really like your work on non-Newtonian microfluidic dynamics. Especially the paper on blah 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 blah. Like a professor's gonna read that and they're gonna be like, no, they don't. No, they don't. They don't know that. So don't say stuff like that. Just be like, hey, I like kind of read your papers. And I thought it was really cool. Like the topic looks really interesting. Can I talk to you more about it? Like I'd love to see doing research in this field. That's what you want to do. Do I have a favorite physics YouTube channel? Andrew Dobson was like who I watched in undergrad because he was really big then. He doesn't post it as much anymore. But Veritasium is like not pure physics, but he was an engineering physics major just like I was. So I relate to him a lot, and I love Veritasium. Veritasium's channel is like awesome. I love what he does. We're coughing again. Okay. Quantum textbook rec. Computational skills. You're gonna want to look at quantum computing stuff then. I don't really have a good quantum computing textbook to ref you. But if you don't know quantum mechanics, you can't really do quantum computing. So I'm still going to recommend you Griffith's quantum mechanics. Because you can't really do the computing side that easily until you do the quantum side. How do I get to look as cute as you, Dario? Brendan! You're cute, Brendan! Don't you say that. Yes, you did. Feynman pedagogy is top tier. Yeah, he read Risings from First Principles. He's more famous. Yep. Yeah, I say I really appreciate Feynman for that. I do really appreciate Feynman for that. And as someone who wants to do more science communication stuff, that's something that like I really like him. So like he on my list of physicists, like boom. What current problems in physics, if solved, would be a direct Nobel Prize? Majorana fermions and topological superconductivity quantum computing. That was a big word. Basically, if you take a superconductor and you apply the right conditions on it in the right way, then it's theorized that you can generate these fermion particles. The fermions are a particle that have half-integer spin. So spin, like the not real spin, kind of like the fake quantum mechanics spin that's like spin but not spin. There's fermions called Majorana fermions, and if you are able to predict that they exist in a certain state of these superconductors, that would win you a Nobel Prize. It's what Microsoft tried to say that they did when they came out with their Majorana 1 quantum computing chip. They didn't do it. That's why they pulled a bunch of papers. It was BS that they did. It was a marketing thing. So the fact that they came back and they said something like that is kind of annoying. A lot of quantum computing people here at CU
were annoyed about that, and I got to talk to them about it. So, yeah, there's one thing. If you make a superconductor and you manipulate it in the right conditions, and you're able to find a way to detect and prove that these theorized particles exist, that would win you a Nobel Prize. That's the first one off the top of my head. What do you think of the applied physics degree? Great. I'm doing an applied physics track for my PhD right now, for my classwork. It's great. Do it. Oh, look at that. 2 people next to each other. You guys the same thing. You guys should, like, be friends. You guys should go introduce yourselves to each other. You should be friends. 2 applied physics friends. Go be friends. Guys, if you haven't subbed to the channel, and you're here and you haven't subbed, click the sub button. It helps a lot. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. Ooh, I kind of want to throw that out there. I kind of want to throw it out here right now. Since we have above 30 people concurrently watching. Oh, 36! What do you have any, I want to do more streams, because I'd love to be able to do, like, a stream a week. I'd love to be able to do that. I think I just struggled to think of ideas for a stream. So, what's the Discord? If you look in the bio, I think of the stream is the stream bio has it. If you click the link, we have a Discord, a community of a bunch of us that help each other and do cool things. But do you guys have ideas of, like, what would you want to see me do for a stream? Like, do you just like the app streams? Like, do you like that we just, like, turn on the camera and we just yap for hours? Is that chill? Or they're like what's something specifically you love to talk about in a stream? It'd be harder to do, like, something like, if you have a question like, oh, I want to learn how to read a research paper. That's gonna be hard, because it's like, reading through the textbook would be cool. You want to, like, read it through a textbook together. We could do that at one point. I could pull up an undergrad book and teach you guys some stuff. Fluids lectures. Hey, Brennan, I did take a fluid mechanics class in my undergrad. Was it compressible flow? Nope. Definitely not. But even though density wasn't always constant, my brain felt very dense sometimes taking the class still. Someone dropped the Discord link. Someone wants to, I don't know if you can send links, but, like, Ralph, just go to the bio of the video. Here, I'll find it. I'll get it for you. Invite people. Copy link. That should work. Join the Discord! Join! Spicy sciencey vids. You guys should get in the Discord so we can, like, here's like the issue. I would love to do that. Science meme review, I would love to do those things. How can I source that from you guys? If you have something that you want of that, can, like, join the Discord, and maybe we can create, like, some channels of, like, meme review, or I'll, like, be like, hey, I'm thinking next week do a stream on, like, meme reviews, send me your best memes. I was thinking of maybe doing, like, a resume roast stream where you guys just give me your resumes, and obviously you remove all your personal information, and I will just make fun of them. I'll tell you everywhere it's bad. So, like, we could do something like that at one point. Dude, that'd be kind of cool. I will just make fun of you. So, like, if you send a resume in, you have to understand that I'm gonna make fun of you. I will. If it's good, I'm gonna tell you it's good. But if it's not, I'm gonna make fun of you. Because content. Which physicist do you glaze the most? I would say in my videos, I think I've glazed Einstein a lot. So, like, I have to say Einstein right now. I've been glazing him in the videos. I've definitely been glazing him. So there's that. Let's see if people join. I think I can check. Welcome channel. Oh yeah. Look, we dropped the link, and all of a sudden, that 420. Oh wait, 424, 441, 505, 524. Yeah, look at that, 524. Like 6 people. Welcome, guys, to the Discord community. What do you think about astrophysics? Super sick. There's a astrophysics department at CU, and they do sick stuff. I love astrophysics. A lot of my research is, like, astro related, because I'm trying to design instrumentation to help identify exoplanets. So I love space stuff. I built rockets, and I helped build, like, I should say specifically the hardware for rockets in undergrad. So I love rockets. and I love space, and therefore I love astrophysics because I also love physics. There you go. Top 5 dudes, top 5 famous people ever. Are you saying I'm a top 5 famous person ever existed? I don't know if someone with 35 concurrent viewers is going to be called famous by any means. Oh, you're talking about Einstein. Forgot there's stream delay. Yeah, dude, just one of the names that you always know. Einstein, everyone knows Einstein. And everyone knows that dude that eats all the hot dogs. Everybody. Joey Chestnut. How do you... Did you guys not expect that? Were you not expecting me to say Einstein and then Joey Chestnut? Was that, like, catch you off guard? Were you not expecting to be, like, the 2 household names? The 2 pedestals of the Einstein and Joey Chestnut? You don't know who Joey Chestnut is? You're probably not from the United States. And you can just look up Joey Chestnut on YouTube specifically. And just enjoy. Enjoy America. I hate it. Okay. Einstein's a thief, bro. You haven't heard? Yeah, no, I haven't. Clearly a good thief then. Space industry, I want to go into astrophysics. Yeah, that's sick. Just know that you can do that without like purely doing astro stuff too. Like you can just do pure physics, you can do an engineering degree, and you can go into space industry. So do whatever suits you. I love astrophysics the most out of the topics, although apparently it wouldn't be on my exam starting this year. Oh, unfortunate. But yeah, astro stuff is cool. It is cool, I have to say. I found a lot of solace is the right word. A lot of appreciation for the fields that can be applied to doing astro related stuff. So for me, that's like where I look. I don't look to do astro specifically. I look to do things that I can apply to astro. After my nursing, you're planning to do astrophysics. Damn, that's a switch up. Good for you. You can give me a band-aid and then tell me what some exoplanet is. Where to cough? Cough break. And we're back. Okay. After my nursing, why did I just read that? Has anyone gotten ads again? I keep wanting to ask. Has anybody gotten an ad? Anybody that don't have ad blockers on? Is that you keep complaining that I'm muting, but it's not gonna change. Why would I not mute? Let us hear the call. Dude, it's a 3-second mute. I mute for like 2 seconds. It's like it's a 2-second mute. Am I ruining the stream experience for all of you? Is it over? 1, 0. Oh, that's 0, 1, no. We all trying to hear the coughs. Fine. Fine. PhD, when do I get into the PhD in physics cults? Already in one. Nah, Faye, you didn't get an ad. What are you talking about? You didn't say you got an ad or anything at all. What are you talking about? This guy's lying. This guy's like lying to us. I think anyone else, and if anyone else says they got an ad, I believe in them. But you, Faye, like, come on. You really think you got an ad? You really think you got an ad? You really think you got an ad? Come on. Let's be real. Why do we want coughs so much? Why? Would you say getting a PhD is recommended? Haven't gotten an ad yet. I'm not answering a question because you haven't gotten an ad, so I haven't made money off of you. I'm kidding. It's recommended if you want to make money right out of college. It's not the right thing to do. Don't do it. But if you really like doing research and you want to solve cool problems, like novel problems, and you want to be someone that's leading solving those problems, PhD can be for you. I'm never going to say it's for everybody, but if you feel like it might be for you, my take is that if you think you want to do
a master's degree. You know, if you know 100% you want to do a master's degree. Let's say you're like, I don't know if I want to do a PhD. I know 100% I want to do a master's. And you're an undergrad right now. Then, I say pretend you want to do a PhD. Pretend. Pretend you want to do a PhD because you can go to a PhD program and you get your master's along the way. I get my master's at the end of next year. And then I just keep going. But I'm in a PhD program. So, and then you can, if you leave, let's say, now you don't go into a PhD program if you don't think you're going to finish the PhD, but it's important to know that, like, if I hit the end of next year, and I'm like, this isn't for me, don't know if I want to do this, really, really don't want to do this anymore, then if I leave, I get my master's degree when I leave, and I don't have to pay them for it. So I got a free master's degree. It's just something to keep in mind when you're trying to think of what to do, which is why I recommend just do research. I also have a video on this called, it's the one, if I could give every student one piece of advice, it would be this. I think it's my worst performing video. But, that one, I do go over how I leveraged that and what I did everywhere throughout my undergrad. So, if you're interested from that. Oh, research video helped me, thanks. Oh, appreciate that. Thank you. How long are you doing PhD for? I mean, I hope it's 5 years long. I just finished year 1. Could be 6. But probably not more than 6. So it could be 5 more years, could be 4 more. Add count 0, mute count 7. That's crazy. You know what? You're gonna get a cough. Do you see why I muted them? Is that realistic? You guys believe that, right? I'm assuming the thank you I appreciate is because you have a cough. How much Riz do you have, Dario? 0. I can't talk to women. Yeah, mute them. Yeah. Yeah, now you tell me to mute them. Yeah. I hope you had headphones in. I hope you had headphones in and you had to throw them out of your ear. What else we got? Oh no. I'm caught up again. That's it. We fell off. Guys, if you haven't subbed to the channel, please sub. Or I'm going to cry. You don't want to see me cry. Aren't many tears left here. What was I looking at here? I'm trying to find a statistic on something here. Where is we going? Interesting. Interesting indeed. Okay. I'm back. Favorite quasi-particle? Make sure I get it right. Yes. Okay. Making sure I knew. I'd say phonons. I think phonons are sick. The fact that it's just like kind of a particle from vibrations or just movement like throughout a lattice and it leads and also mediates the phonon electron interactions with like what mediates superconductivity with Cooper pairs. Big words, but I'm gonna hope you know what that meant. Also from BD, living in New York City, we got 2 people from BD here. Sick. You should design weapons or I'm good. Nah. Prefer not to. Do you think being in archery is a good backup? Wait, that didn't say archery. I was confused. Do you think being an actuary is a good backup career? Actuarial science. Actuary could be sick, yeah. Yeah. I know someone who's trying to do actuary. Pays hella well. Totally do it. If you want to do actuary, do actuary. Like, I mean, that could be a good backup career. It's just if you like it, then you can do it. You got an ad? No way! Someone got an ad. Oh my god, I'm gonna make 3 pennies. Thank you for the 5 cents. You get 5% of a boom. Favorite radioactive element? How do you not say uranium, plutonium? Like uranium, plutonium. Uranium's a classic. Plutonium's cool. I gotta go uranium, dude. I just have to. Now people got an ad? Why now? Have you ever considered being an astronaut? Yeah, I fully plan on applying to be an astronaut. Like you need a master's degree? During my PhD program, when I get the thorium, you're so right, actually. No, thorium's a cool one. But I see the other question. Do I plan on applying to be an astronaut? The second I get my master's degree, I plan on applying to be an astronaut every single year. Thorium is sick, especially since like they're trying to make atomic clocks with that now, and that's like the forefront of like they really want to make a thorium clock. Thorium's a really cool one. I will say. Oh my god, we fell below 30 concurrent viewers. We fell off, guys. We fell off. We fell off. Can everyone click the subscribe button because we fell off? Tough. I'm not selling out. Should I donate to you? I don't care. You don't need to donate at all. I don't need money. I don't do this for the money. Why would I do this for the money? I'm doing this because I want to help people. I have like zero, I do work a lot and I have zero free time, but like I really want to do this because I really, really, really want to help people. So doing something like that is like, you don't need to donate. You don't. I don't care about the money. I'd also rather, if I'm going to earn money from this, I'd rather earn it from like being, I'm broke so I can't, then don't. Hold on 1 second. Hey Krish, want to be on stream? Yeah, you want to come say hi? Guys, want to be another physics PhD?
Hello.
Yeah, the chat's there. Krish, you want to introduce yourself? This is my roommate, also a friend from undergrad, and also another physics PhD.
It's true.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm Krish. I'm Dario's roommate and friend from PhD program from undergrad.
Yep, that's it. There's nothing else relevant with him whatsoever. Krish and I worked on building rockets together.
It's true. I also recently told Dario about doing a PhD.
He did. Krish is the person that like originally like opened my eyes to doing the PhD.
I was the one who told him that you don't have to pay money for it. Which was, I think,
that was
the
a big
biggest
seller.
selling point. Yeah.
I didn't know that that you had to do that. Didn't know. I didn't know that it was you got paid to go to school.
Very nice.
Someone said sub Chris CRIS. How does that make you feel?
I'll take it. It's close enough.
I've seen worse.
I have a plaque from high school that says Kirsch.
Kirsch?
Yeah, it's for a physics award actually.
Nice.
Someone
said, "Hello, Krish. Do you think this will I'm only having you here just so you know, Krish, because I fell. If you see that number right there, it says 29. Mm-hmm. I fell below 30 concurrent viewers, and I'm using you for my own personal gain.
Now, how would you feel about falling to 0 and watching the Leafs-Panthers game?
And going to watch the Leaf-Panthers game.
That's correct. Yeah. Well, because I'm good.
What time does it start again?
It starts like right now. It started.
Guys, how do we feel about?
Well, they're okay.
Chat.
To a STEM audience.
Chat. Tell me. Should I go watch Game 7 Leaf Panthers?
It doesn't matter if you come or not. You just need to tell me up or down so I can go.
Up or down? What does it look, my thumb?
Well, no,
what do you mean up or down?
Yes or no,
Oh yeah, I assume you're referencing my thumb. But no, I'm not a free thinker. Chat. Do I go watch the game?
That's disappointing.
Yeah, no. Oh, see, 30. We hit 31 now.
Yeah.
We hit 31.
The me effect, I suppose.
Yeah. See, other people saw a change in scenery and they immediately decided, oh, never mind. 27. All right, we fell off.
It's because you're talking.
Yeah, it probably is. Or maybe it's because you're here.
No, they find your voice to be grating, I believe.
It could be.
I'm pretty sure it's that.
Could be because you're here. Someone said he looks like Rizzler.
I'll take it. I don't know if I like or dislike that. I'll take that.
I don't know what that means. Well, I know what that means, but like I don't know how you drew that. But okay, maybe a good time to. We'll end stream in a second then.
Oh, 30 viewers. Dude, we're back up. We're so back up now.
Oh my god.
But we're so back. We're at 30 viewers again. We're so back.
Machine and gambling would go insane, actually.
Dude, imagine
the definition of like.
Think of how many viewers I would be at though if I just had like Subway Surfers in this corner at all times, and then I had like someone playing with slime in this corner at all times, and then I had Family Guy clips at all times in this corner, and then there was the chat in this corner.
Yeah, I actually only watch streams with Subway Surfers, so that's why I don't watch you.
33 viewers, dude. We're so back up. We're like so back up.
Okay.
Dude, it's like we're so relevant now.
All right,
yeah, guys, can everyone hit the sub button? Chris, should people hit the sub button?
Probably not. I would say no.
Okay, never mind.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, I was kidding. Anyways,
yeah.
I wasn't really telling the truth. Did we both sleep in the same bed? Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. Yep. This is the bed right
here.
There's
one room in this house.
Yeah.
We do not have.
We try to conserve water too. Share the shower.
Yeah. We just why?
Shout out Aaron too, our third roommate, who also likes to do that as well.
Yeah, gotta be smart, don't we?
All right, I'm gonna prepare a bag of beer. Let me know when you're ready to go.
Okay.
A minute or two.
Sounds good. Can you close the door?
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. That was Krish. Now you met another physics PhD. He's also in my program. Yeah. Thoughts? Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Completely messed up. So messed up. So you worked on rockets, yeah. I did work on rockets in undergrad. I wonder if I can pull up I can find a video on that. Give me a second. You want to see some stuff I did in undergrad? I'll show you. We gotta switch things around. Anyone want to see a rocket launch of a rocket I made? Who here is interested in seeing a rocket launch? If I don't see 5 people telling me that they're interested in seeing a rocket launch, I can't do it. 1. No, Christian, people don't understand a joke. He's my roommate. Crazy. Please. Oh my god, shower stream. Thank you for at least understanding the joke. I appreciate the humor. 3. Faye, I'm interested yet. Okay. Wow. See, I just gotta add. We must see rocket. All right. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. That's an ejection test. Should have the launch right. Boom. Found it. I gotta present so it actually goes. Okay. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to start. Wow, I've been using PowerPoint so much. Dude, just let me present this slide. Well, how do I... Okay, we're doing this the hard way. Guys, you're gonna have to show me your rocket. Brendan, I love you. I love you, Brendan. You're gonna give me a second to spam click through this. I'm spam clicking through a presentation right now. Just let me cook for a minute. Ooh, guys, should we do a stream where we teach you all how to make a rocket? Should we do a stream where we show you all how to make rockets? Do you think that could be cool? I got the video up. I did it. All right, I'm showing you. Boom. Is everyone ready? Is everybody ready? Is everyone ready? We dropped to 26 viewers, guys. I don't know if we can watch this until we get back to 30 viewers. I'm kidding. Okay. This is our rocket, and this is being launched at the Spaceport America Cup in New Mexico. This is, as you can see, this was summer 2023. We did another rocket after this. I don't have the video as readily on hand, but yeah. All right, here it is. Oh wait, I want to. You deserve volume.
Desktop audio? Oh, you should be able to hear it.
Got some smoke. Here it goes.
Sick, right? So this rocket's going to about 10,000 feet. And for your non-freedom units people, I don't feel like converting that in my head. And that's the best part. Look at moonshot. Look at that in front of the moon. Look at the moonshot. Beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Shit's like a missile. It's almost like it's kind of a missile, but it has different objectives. There you go. That was my rocket. Everyone wanted to see my rocket. I showed you. And now I can't unfull screen. Now I can. Sick though. Sick though, right? Isn't that cool? But yeah. Did it really go to the moon? Please. No, it didn't actually go to the moon. It was like 10,000 feet. It just happened to go in front of where the moon was. So it's still, we still call it moonshot though, because like we got a shot of the moon. But yeah, it's kind of cool. All right, any last questions before we go? Any last questions? Are you doing like aerospace engineering with the degree? Not like directly, but I did it for, that was like kind of my fun stuff. But like I just kind of applied a lot of physics to that in electrical engineering. So my contribution to that was I designed the electronics. I designed the electronics for it. There's a lot of jobs with the physics PhD, like a lot. And also like if you have a PhD, it's like if you do optical physics, then you can do optical physics jobs. So like you're specifying a little bit, but like a lot of things you can do. Like hard to like answer that question, but like if you're wondering like, are there jobs? Yes. Can you make a Discord or something so it's easier? No, I did. There is. Here's the link again. Guys, join the Discord. Introverted or quiet? There's a balance. There's definitely people who are more introverted or quiet, but like, would you call me, from what you've seen today, introverted and quiet? Would you say that like you would see me in public and I'd be like, there's a lot of extroverted people too. Always a reminder, guys, to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for tuning in this. I'm kidding. But yeah, I think we're gonna call this stream then here today. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Should we do another one of these next weekend then? Think that's a good idea? Yeah, and the name is Dazzling Engineers. Yep, that's correct. But yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys all tuning in. It was I feel like it was a good stream. Do we do it? Yes, do one next week. Do it the week when my brain is working. You specifically, Brendan, you let me know when your brain is working. I go live right then for you. I go live right then just for you. But yeah, besides that, as always, again, check out some of my videos if you haven't. I work on them when I can. I'm trying to grow this channel to get more of an audience, to help more people. But thank you guys all for tuning in. That's all I got. Thank you for being an astronaut. Thank you. See if that works out. But yeah. Check out some of the content. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. Join the Discord if you want to chat more. I'm always snooping around in there, answering questions when I can. And besides that, we will stare at the screen for a minute so the delay goes away, and then I'm going to click stop stream. So, see everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, we're definitely staring at the screen. All right. Still staring. I can click the M button. You're all waiting for it. You're all waiting for me to click the M button. We went up 1 viewer when I said I'm going to end? That's crazy. I'm just in here now. I'm just in here. Tomato. All right, that's it. We're done.